Imagine walking into your boss's office and giving notice because your writing has become your primary revenue stream. Or your podcast is successful enough that you can quit your day job. Or maybe having your marketing on autopilot so you can spend your time on the art career you love rather than on marketing. Are you a creative person who's great at what you do, but marketing makes you freeze? You're not alone. I help passionate, purpose-driven creatives overcome fear, find their brand voice, and build a marketing strategy that works for them. Oh yeah, I also make it easy and painless. It's never too late to grow the business you've been dreaming about. Book an introductory call with me, Rob Southgate, at southgatesmallbusiness.com today. And let's take the pain out of marketing together. Welcome to Alley Chats. I am Rob Southgate, and today I have Jeni Monroe and Tressa Slater. Now I don't have to say your full names again. That's going to make it easier. And they are from Monsters Lounge Podcast, which, is awesome. And we are going to talk about this stuff now. So, Tressa, Jeni, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
I'm really, really excited to have you on.
No, go ahead. No, please.
Oh, we're excited to be here.
I was really hoping you'd talk in unison. That would have been just awesome for the rest of the time. It's so creepy.
It ends up making a spell, and then something catches on fire.
And I don't even know how, because it's usually in another room.
Yeah.
But how cool. I actually had a twin on Inkblots, and he was telling me about how when I met him, I forgot. He's like, we know each other. I'm like, I don't remember. And he goes, I'm a twin. I was like, oh, how do you not remember twins? And then he goes, I was at the table with the other set of twins. I will never forget there were two sets of twins in the same spot, and I met them all on the same day.
Were they all married?
Did you marry them?
No, but I tried. I tried it on the podcast too. I'm like, come on, man. This is your chance. You're coming into town. You're staying. He and his twin are staying at the twin's house. I'm like, let's make it legal.
Come on.
Yeah.
You can only. So
rude. I know. It's rude. You know what? I'm going to take his show off of that other feed.
You should.
Because I've had enough. So, all right. Enough about twins. Let's talk about doppelgangers. No, let's talk about your show, Monsters Lounge Podcast. Tell people about your show, what it is. Let's get I hate the word elevator pitch because everybody uses it, but let's use the escalator pitch. You got a little more time. We're slowly going up.
Oh,
I like it.
That's nice.
I like it.
It's like a stroll, but not.
Yeah. So, we like the paranormal. We like high strangeness. We enjoy cryptids and aliens and things, and we like to talk about it. We're not necessarily always the most informed.
Oh, we're not at all.
No.
But that's why we have guests.
Right.
They are the most informed.
Right.
And they inform us.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys talk paranormal.
Yes.
Everybody has their thing, because I talk paranormal too. I have a secret paranormal podcast. Okay.
Apparently not so secret.
Yeah.
Well, you don't know about it. She doesn't know. I'll invite you. Anyway, see, she didn't understand that either. So we all have our thing in the paranormal. What's your thing? I mean, you're attracted to certain things, but I like UFOs, and I love to talk about Bigfoot, even though I really like to talk about UFOs.
My thing is UFOs and aliens and all things on the other side. Not so much like I'm into ghosts, but it's not my thing. I like to, why aren't they on the other side? What's over there? But Jeni, she's the cryptid lady.
Yeah. I love the cryptids, and I love folklore and mythology and things. Yeah. Especially when it comes to either Bigfoot or the ocean, anything ocean related, and I'm into it.
Okay, cool. So but what about UAPs? What about the underwater UFOs?
We don't call them that.
No.
Yeah, isn't it something like that, isn't it?
No.
Listen, UAP changed to UFO, but there's a term for the underwater.
Yeah. And I always forget the term, but it's the same thing. It's just underwater.
But aliens.
That is fascinating. We don't know how long they've been there. Don't get me started on the underwater stuff, because I could go on for hours.
Yeah, so can I.
great.
So can I.
Well,
they
she's
just
speechless.
they just got the sounds coming out of some things up by Antarctica. There's no way that the sonar's sound stuff could get through all this rock and stuff, but it's somehow getting through, and they don't know how. Who's transmitting it? It's so wild. It's so good.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. So for cryptids, you said you like the Bigfoot thing. What are your favorite cryptids? If I had to get, what's your top 3 cryptid stories that you're like lit up about, Jeni?
Oh, okay. First of all, Megalodon is going to be number 1 because
always
sharks,
interesting.
Yeah, and sharks are my thing, man. I love sharks. I cannot stop with the sharks. It's kind of annoying sometimes, but only really to Tressa.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Bigfoot is definitely in the mix. Big fan, and I love the stories. It's so terrifying, but I love the stories of the Wendigo too.
Oh, well,
it kind of borders into like folklore, but also
and it's kind of Bigfooty.
Yeah,
but the Wendigo is very cool.
It's very cool and terrifying.
So have you ever encountered any cryptids?
I encountered something, and I don't know exactly what it was, but it was in the middle of the night in Arches National Park in Utah, and there was something that skittered by, and I immediately got all kinds of.
Skitter would imply small. Was it small or was it skitter like?
No, it was skitter like bigger. It was not a small animal or something. It was 3 feet by 4 feet. Like it was bigger.
Yeah. But you saw something.
I saw something. Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. I had drifted away from the group, and I had been thinking about and asking about skinwalkers all afternoon. And then
that's what I was going to ask. Are we talking skinwalker territory here?
We are. That is specifically like the territory and the thing that I kept bringing up to everyone that I saw who was a native of Moab.
You were basically just making a phone call.
Yeah, I was advertising 100%. But the feeling that I got from this thing when I saw it was nothing but malevolence.
Wow. So, yeah, I've actually been to Moab as well. We had friends. My parents had friends that lived there, believe it or not. Never saw anything except lots of little lizards. But man, I would love to.
It was scary. I ran back to the group really fast.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah. It reminds me, it seems to happen that way for a lot of people I talk to. They're separated from the group. It's not usually like group think. We've got 20 people and we all saw Bigfoot at once. Right. Maybe it's 1 or 2 people. I don't know if you guys listen to Astonishing Legends, but
it's great.
Okay. I'm friends with Scott Philbrook, and Forrest has one of these where they were doing like a ghost hunt thing, and he saw this person in a hat, and then they were gone, and then they're like, crap, there is no way in that area there was a person in this hat and whatever. To this day, it's like very weird to him. And then Scott, when I first met Scott, I interviewed him for my master's. I might be the only person with a master's in podcasting. How weird is that?
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was such a thing.
There isn't. I got an MBA in marketing, but they asked me to do an independent study, and I wrote a thesis. They wanted a thesis about the business side of podcasting. I wrote this whole thing, and afterwards they said, you technically are the only person in the world with a master's in marketing or in podcasting. I'm like, okay, cool. That's worthless. But I interviewed Scott as part of that project, and it was right after. If you guys listened to that show, did you ever hear him talk about the Sally House?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was right afterwards. So he got spooked bad there. He didn't believe in ghosts before that, and now he's like, I'm all in. And it was right after that. So we're talking, and I just happened to say, like, oh, yeah, I heard the Sally House episode. And he was like, yeah, I don't really talk about it. And I was like, okay. And then he proceeded to talk about it for a half hour, and he told me all this stuff that was not on the show, because he was like, it's either too weird or I don't want to invite it into my world.
Yeah.
And it was fantastic.
Yeah.
And like, I've encountered a few things, but nothing like I wish I'd see a skinwalker. I've never seen anything. I did have a good ghost story, but but my friend Bob Anderson from Bio After Dark, if you'd like him as a guest, he saw the Chicago Mothman.
So did I.
Did you? Let's hear it. Tressa, let's hear it.
It's not that great of a story, but
well, it in the story is the Chicago Mothman. I am going to say it's a great story.
See,
okay,
that's what I
was driving to work and he was in the sky. Is that okay? So listen, that's pretty much what it was. But the most interesting part of it was when I got to work that day. I had no idea what the Chicago Mothman was.
Okay,
I got to work after seeing this thing, and I'm like, that was weird, and no one else seemed to notice. It was rush hour traffic. I can't forget what I saw because I am very forgetful. And I'm just like keeping that in my head. Don't forget, don't forget, don't forget. I get to my desk and my friend emails me this article about the Chicago Mothman timeline. And she's like, have you seen this? And I was like, I don't know what this is. What? And then I started reading it. I was like, oh, that's weird.
Oh, I do know what it is.
Why are you sending me this right now today?
Yeah,
that's
synchronicity. That's how it happens. So, okay, tell me what you saw.
It was on Milwaukee. I forget what street that is, but there's a high school right there, over close to Irving Park, I think. And the trees, very tall over there. And I looked up and I saw what I immediately thought was like not a skydiver, the guy with the wings.
Paraglider.
Oh, yeah.
Right. But it was brown, as if it were leathery brown wings. And
those leathery brown paragliders.
Yes. They were all steampunk.
It is Chicago. I mean.
Yeah. But I was like, that's not a paraglider. And I looked closer, and it was like a split second.
Yeah.
And then pretty much I looked, because I was at a stoplight.
Yeah.
And I looked away I did not look away. A tree like obscured my vision, and then I couldn't see anything past it after that. So it basically looked like a giant bat to me, is what it looked like.
So Bob's story, and I'm just going to give a brief here because it's not my story to tell, but you guys are going to be interested. If I remember it correctly, I've got most of it right. He saw what he thought was like a dog hunched over by a dumpster. And he started like kind of walking over there, and all of a sudden it stood up, and it was over 6 feet tall, and it went like Batman with the wings. And he said he could see the veins in the wings and everything. And then it went whoosh and just went up. He didn't see the front of it. He just saw the back, but he was like, holy cow. Like, I don't know what I just saw. And then he realized he believes the Chicago Mothman.
Did he report that to Lon Strickler and the Fortean?
I'm sure he probably did. In fact, I got him on Astonishing Legends. He was on their junk drawer talking about it. And I was just on there, and Scott was thanking me for sending him Bob. She's like, that was a great story.
Yeah, that is great. That is great.
I'm on there for a nothing story just because I'm from Chicago. They were talking about the Chicago when the Max Headroom thing happened.
Yeah.
Break-in. They were talking about that. And on their second episode, they invited me on to talk about I did some actualities, like it was actually WTTW that it was on. And it was on, blah, 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 I was doing that stuff. But yeah, they're awesome guys. And Bob's an awesome guy. And he's going to need to come on your show. Yeah, I got another guest for you guys. As long as we're talking paranormal stuff, we need to get Erica and Mark on your show. And you need to go on their show. It's called Travels. And they talk about all the cryptids all around the country where you travel and go to, and you're like, this is that big freaking turtle place, and this is Mothman, and this is the Kentucky Goblins, and you'll love them. You'll love them.
I love that idea.
Podcast with them with my Not a Podcast, and then they were on. We did them as panels together, they're awesome. So I'm going to get you guys all hooked up.
Yes,
I am highly, highly interested in that. Yeah.
So that was your only experience, Tressa, or have you seen other stuff? That's
all I've seen. I've done a handful of ghost investigations with crowds. We're on Dave Schrader's Paranormal 60 network, and we try and like hang out with him as much as we can when he's around. And I always end up on these tours, and the past few, I don't know if I want to do them anymore.
Oh, really? Just not really seeing anything or experiencing
Oh,
anything?
no, it's just...
Oh, they creeped you out.
Yeah, like, I don't get scared. Like,
give me a good creepy one. Come on. You want
like,
people to hear your creepy stuff, so they watch Monsters Lounge podcast.
Yeah, she's very sensitive when it comes to places.
You are for outside, so it's fine. But it was in Iowa. Vinton? No, that's the other guy.
I thought it was Victor.
Anyway.
Vin House.
Begins with a V.
Yep, I think so.
Vinegar, Iowa, yes.
Yes.
And there was a house that we all like started off at. Everyone, there's huge groups in each room. And it's reported that some man murdered a family in there. And everyone's trying to communicate with something. And my chest starts getting really tight. And this isn't something I feel usually, so it was unusual. And it started to get my throat tight and then tighter, and I could not breathe. So I went outside, and the farther I walked away from the house, the more it loosened up. And I was like, I don't think I need to go back in there.
I don't know about going in that house. Yeah,
I'm good.
Yeah, if they have a root cellar, I wouldn't go down there either. I have a feeling it won't be a good experience for you.
No,
that's where all the good stuff is. They have beets, potatoes.
No, I keep trying to tell you, not every house has beets.
Every root cellar does, though.
They can't help it, or at least something that looks like beets.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe I'll give you that.
So you guys get a lot of guests on your show.
Yeah.
I'm not going to ask who your favorite is because that's unfair to you and to them. But who are a couple of good guests? Who are a couple of shows that you go, guys, go to my YouTube and check this out?
Oh, that's
it's just about every single. Yeah, it's just about every single show because we just, we're meeting so many great people. And
it's so many different subjects. It's so varied and crazy. Like,
but does anything stand out? Is there like
sure? We just had Mike Ricksecker on who does all these tours in Egypt and about portals and.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Jeff Ballinger, he's on there.
Oh, Jeff Ballinger's a big name.
Yeah. And he's
to us, to nerds.
Yeah. He's such an amazing storyteller. There really is. Anything that he says. And then just amazing people. Varla Ventura, I love her. We love her very much.
We just had on Dan Baldwin and George Sewell, who we had on last year, and we love to death. They're these gentlemen from the Southwest, and they just use dowsing for to communicate with the other side and get information. I love them. They're so adorable and hilarious.
Greg Lawson,
I love Greg.
So much of our yes. It's cool. We get to meet people, and then we get to talk to our friends, across the board and hear so many different stories, right? From every aspect of the paranormal.
Yeah. That was a crap question, by the way, for me to ask, because I know that if you ask me about any of my shows, I'd be hard pressed. I'd come up with a couple of names, but then I'd be like, it's every one of them.
Right. Yeah. And rude.
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
Because every once in a while, it is awfully rude of me. I would rage quit if I was you.
That's where I'm going right now.
She's done.
She's out. She's done.
Is that the Mothman behind you? I just saw something. I know that if you ask me, I would feel the same way. But then there's going to be, I was just seeing, you might have had a story that these are all great. But then this one guy did blank. And you go, okay. But we didn't have that one guy. It sounds like they're all really cool.
Well, listen, we do have the blacklisted ones. Let me go through the.
Okay, we could go through those.
Oh, that's bad.
I know.
Yeah, I actually I don't really have any blacklisted ones. I've had a couple that I didn't post because I was like, nah. It's funny. I was just telling this story last night to somebody. I interviewed a guy for the Not a Podcast, Not a Paranormal Podcast. That's not what it's called, by the way. And he had written a book and he had all this stuff. And I'm like, it feels a lot like things came from Wikipedia and blah, blah, blah. And he had an obsession about a certain thing. If I say what it is, then you're going to know who I'm talking about potentially. And I'm not going to. But then I said, have you ever had an experience? It's like, well, yeah, one. And he had such a great UFO story, but it's not in his book and he doesn't talk about it. And I'm like, dude, that's your story.
Yeah.
But that's okay. Yeah, my dad saw a UFO, and in my family history, there were a couple of them. I've never seen anything. After not believing in ghosts, I had a ghost encounter that was like, okay, yep, I believe it, and time to go.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were in Oregon, and I kept saying I was going to see Bigfoot, and we were at this waterfall, and I'm like, I know Bigfoot's here. And then I looked it up, and it turned out like a week before there was a massive Bigfoot sighting where we were standing.
Yeah.
You just missed it.
Yeah.
I cannot believe we forgot about this. We had, speaking of guests, we had James Shubsky. I'm really bad at last names. James Shubsky on, and we actually went to the Columbia River Gorge last summer. And that man, we had just met him on the podcast, and he took us for an entire day up and down the gorge area, looking at like paranormal hotspots, giving us history, taking us to all these really cool places. I mean, that's why we can't really say, you know, who our favorite guest is, because these people have all been so amazing.
Yeah.
Like,
Amazing
who
people.
does that? You know, like it's just so
and then
cool.
You know what else? I finally got to interview Madman Markham. You know who he is, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. He friended me on Facebook a couple years ago, and I was like, "There's no way that's him."
Yeah,
and it was.
It's totally him.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I'm getting people trying to contact him through me now. I'm like,
you can't.
I don't know why he's talking to me. What do you?
So getting your guests, are you generally finding that you're soliciting, or are you finding that you've built a now when people are reaching out to you?
I don't know what you've heard.
Oh, I've heard.
Listening?
I've heard.
Sir.
Didn't I told you I follow you guys, so you might want to get a restraining order. But are you reaching out? Are you looking through weird stuff and you're like, here's a guy talking about the giants and I have to contact him? Or are you like, you know what, at this point, people are following us and they're telling people like, hey, you should be on this show, and we're just kind of gathering them?
Every so often we meet people just, you know, at conferences, things like that, where we're like, please come on the show, you know, and then once we meet somebody and talk with them, they usually will recommend somebody to us as well. You know, Dave Schrader's been amazing with that. He introduces us to so many different people.
The majority of our guests.
But now we're kind of the point where we kind of ask a little bit, you know, and it's nice. Like it's so nice. And I'm always so excited when someone's looking forward to talking to us.
Yeah.
You know, it's still strange to me when people either listen. It sounds crazy. It's so strange to me when people either really listen to us like all of the time and can recognize various shows that we don't know, or come up and say, hey, I've got this great story. Can I be on the show?
And we're like, we're idiots.
Yeah.
You know that, right?
like this, we're not going to have a lot of insight, but no.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I know the feeling. It's been 13 years of imposter syndrome. So yes, I get it.
Yeah.
That's so cool. What about coming up? You got any guests coming up that you want to highlight?
Oh, yes. Boy, do we. We have, Haley Stack is coming up in a couple of weeks. Absolutely adore her. And then who's the guy next week? Peter Robbins. I'm so bad with last names. It's
me too.
Almost like a ridiculous running gag where I just simply.
Yeah, Peter Robbins.
Yeah. See, I had it right. Yeah.
Hey,
I did. Thank you.
Yeah.
I mispronounce names a lot too. That's
it's
even right after they told me.
Yeah.
Anyway, so big UFO week next week, and then the week after will be some witchy medium psychic stuff.
Ooh,
we're gonna be doing a lot of conventions coming up this summer.
Let's hear where can people find you?
Next week, I just closed that window. Let's see.
I'm not asking Jeni. She doesn't know
weeks.
names. She doesn't know where she is.
In 2 weeks.
Ooh,
Apologies.
what now?
Yeah.
July 12th will be, well, at least I'll be at the Illinois Paranormal Con. And then we'll have a table at the Paranormal Rockdown on July
18th and 19th. And then the weekend after that, we're going to, from the 25th to the 27th, or the 26th, we're going to be at Gettysburg for the Battlefield Bash, which is awesome.
Yeah,
because that benefits wounded warriors. Right. So, yay!
And they're gonna have a masquerade ball.
Mm-hmm. And then the week after that,
a lot of bloody soldiers at that one.
Yes. And then the week after that is a Bigfoot festival in Bowling Green, Kentucky, right next to Mammoth Cave.
You're gonna go out and do Hellier? You're going to do your own Hellier investigation out there?
That's pretty much, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Good. You should.
Or you get lost in a cave. Whatever. It's fine.
Or just get lost and find a blue balloon and go, I knew it, aliens.
Yep. Yep.
So, okay, let's talk about the schedule of the show because we're going to run out of time here. Okay. I want people to know where to find the show, when you put the show on, whatever information is going to help them become fans of Monsters Lounge podcast.
All right, we're on live every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Central. You can find us on YouTube after that. You can find that live recording. You can find that on all of our links are on monstersloungepodcast.com. Mm-hmm. And anywhere you find podcasts or even listen to them, you'll find us there.
Yeah. Is the live stream, is it just on the website or is it streaming live on YouTube as well?
It's streaming live on YouTube, on our Facebook pages. I think Instagram. Mm-hmm. We put it out there wherever we can get it out.
Seriously.
Excellent.
Yeah, and then we love comments and we love questions and we love for people to reach out to us. So both of our social medias are wide open. Come on, talk.
I will put that in the show notes. Your social medias, but. Tell people what's the best place to interact with you. I know you want to give all 50, but just pick something that you're like, yeah, I'm on Instagram every day and people write it to me on there. What's the best place for each of you?
Honestly, for me, it's Facebook.
Yeah. Same.
I rarely check Instagram anymore, if I'm being honest. And I'm just always on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm 51. Of course I am.
Yeah. It's the old people social network now. I'm there too. Mm-hmm. So I get it. I'm 57. I'm like, Facebook's my thing.
Yep. I like that you shake your fist while you're saying it.
Yeah, well, yeah, because you've got to be angry at the sky whenever you talk about things.
Yeah.
I'm into Bigfoot. I got even angry at that. What about
like sharks?
What about I love sharks. What about interdimensional Bigfoot?
That's my favorite Bigfoot.
Yeah, I really love all the theories and whatnot. I'm a flesh and blood sort of actual relic.
Bigfoot walking around you?
Yeah, like relic primate kind of thing. But
so I have a Bigfoot story for you. We were at a wedding, my niece's wedding. I mentioned to you guys earlier offline that I officiated a wedding, and it was in Oregon. Yes, Jeni, you want to hear this one. And a friend of my niece's who we've known forever, she's like another daughter. She had her boyfriend who we met for the first time. He's from Oregon, and we started talking, nice guy and everything. And I said, "Oh, what do you do?" And he starts telling me, and he goes, "Yeah, I hear you're into all this, podcast and all this weird stuff. My dad's a Bigfoot hunter." Like, yes, he is. Okay, now we have a conversation.
Yes.
And I said, "Have you ever seen anything?" And he says, "Oh, yeah." And I said, "Oh," because his dad had seen a lot. I said, "Okay, you firsthand saw something." So his dad took him on a Bigfoot hunt not that long before we're having this conversation. And he said, "Yeah, I hadn't really seen anything before." But he said, "My dad, he's one of these guys. He knows exactly where to go. All the things. Like when you watch the shows don't really show these guys, right?" Mm-hmm. So he said they're hiking through the thing, and he's got all these rules and all this stuff. And he said they come to this area, and he said they take a break. And he said he's standing there, and it's very much like our Mothman story. He said he's looking, and he said something doesn't look right by this tree that he's standing next to. and something gets really big and really hairy and just stood up and had its back to him. And he said his dad was like, very quietly, don't turn around, start walking. And they had to like inch their way out. And this thing then went forward as if it hadn't been seen. And he said, all I wanted to do was run and crap my pants. My dad's like, don't crap your pants. He's going to hear it. So he's like, if that wasn't a Bigfoot sighting, I don't know what that was, because it was huge and hairy. And he said, he's like, yeah, man. And he's telling me this like, yeah, man, this is what I saw. He like nonplussed about it. He's just like, oh yeah, I saw it. Oh yeah, this is it. It was the wildest story. How cool is that one? Could have been bad.
Fantastic. Seriously.
Yeah. I have another one. Want to hear another one?
Yes.
As long as we're sharing. I'm not going to tell you all of this guy's stories, but he was Native American. He's a friend of mine. Grew up in Pine Ridge, which is the poorest reservation in the country. Okay. It's in South Dakota. And at one point, this is the only story I'll tell. There's so many good ones. There was an island right near them. They had this lake and a little island out there, and they never were allowed to go out to the island. And his dad was a cop, and they got called out to this island because they were told teenagers are out there. They're not supposed to be out there, and you need to go out. And of course, being a responsible father, he said, you want to go with? And so they went out to the island, and my friend said, they get out there. He's with his friend, 2 teenagers, and then his dad. I don't know if there's anyone else. And he said they're walking through and they're trying to see either beer bottles. Dad's like, just look and see if you see any beer bottles or anything. And they come to this clearing, and he said there's these like grass huts. They're made out of sticks and grass, and they're real low. And he said they walk in this clearing, and his dad goes, we have to leave right now. Don't talk. We're just going to leave. And he said they walked out, they got on the boat, and his dad said, that's where Bigfoots live. We can't disturb it. We have this is what we do. We walk away and nothing happens. And I'm like, what the hell? And he said, yeah, he said, I had no idea. He said, he being Native American, they heard stories all the time. And in fact, the town he lived in, he said one day his dad was getting all these phone calls because the call said a Bigfoot was in town, and it was just going through, and it was like breaking everything and all that. And he said the street, like the whole thing, like people's plants were knocked over. Things were just upended as if like a hurricane had gone through. But it was like, yeah, people were saying there's a Bigfoot out in the street. Go get rid of him. We're white people. We don't hear these stories.
No.
Isn't that nuts?
It's incredibly nuts.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell the other stories because they're his. Well, I mean, I would tell them, but not here. This isn't that non-podcast, and it's not your podcast either.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. The more stories that you hear and the more that you talk to some of these people, especially if they've been researching for like a long time or out in the field, the stories go back so long. And personally, that's the thing that I love so much about a lot of the cryptids, especially my favorite ones, is there's so much lore throughout history and in so many different geological, geographical areas. It's wild. And some of it brings in that actual geological, like paranormal stuff, which I'm super into lately.
Right. Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. So there you go. I shared my stories. I've got others, but I thought that those Bigfoot ones were fantastic.
Yeah. Those are great.
Yeah. I thought that's why I got interested in it too. Like as a kid, we all had In Search Of, and we all watched that. We all talked. I mean, I'm older than you guys, but that was so huge.
Yeah, but I remember it. You're not that much older. Come on.
That much older. I just look it. In fact, you want to hear a funny thing? We're cleaning out my parents' basement, and guess what I found? I found a hardcover copy of the book In Search Of. It's all the stories. Yeah, I sent it to my friend. I sent a picture to Scott, and he wrote back. He's like, "Oh my god, like the Holy Grail." It's not. It's fun, but I've got other books that are definitely better. But yeah, man. So there we go. We've talked enough about our paranormal stuff. Everybody, you have got to follow Monsters Lounge Podcast. You have got to subscribe. You have to give them comments. You have to give them likes. You have to get engaged with this show. It's so much fun. And they love your stories. So share your stories with them.
Yes, please share
all of the things.
cryptids, UFOs, Bigfoot, all that stuff. They love it. They love it. Give them something that makes them say, maybe we shouldn't be doing this anymore. It's very upsetting. That's the love of witchy.
Yes.
If you like witchy stuff coming up for the next couple of weeks, lots of witchy.
Yes.
Time to get witchy, yo. All right, that's it, guys. Thank you so much for being on. Everybody, Monsters Lounge Podcast. It's in the show notes. Do everything I said. Guys.
Thank you so much.